On the table today, we are going to check out Minecraft Minifigures Series 20... What? Mob Head Minis? That's weird. Hey everybody, this is Dan. Thank you for watching Squirrel Stampede, and yes, on the table, something a little bit different than Minecraft minifigures. We have Mob Head Minis, a new series, or hopefully maybe just a continuation of a weird series of the minifigures series, Mob Head Minis, where there is a head inside a mini, or a mini inside a head. I'm not really sure yet, but we're gonna figure these out. There's 8 to collect, and some of them look pretty interesting, so let's begin and discover.
Oh, there you are, Alex. I was just looking for you. We have a very busy weekend. We have grocery shopping to do, the witch needs repair work on her oven, and we've got to do something about our new sheep Alex? Alex, you seem kind of quiet in there. Alex, what's wrong with you? Alex! Ah!
Squirrel Stampede!
So the biggest difference between the Minecraft mob heads and the classic minifigures that we know so much about is that I believe we know exactly what is going to be in this box. It is going to be a snow golem, as per the giant snow golem face on one side and figure on top and side, so it's definitely a snow golem in there. And these boxes are exactly the same scale to what we had known for minifigures, making it somewhat easy to consider if this is series 26 or so. My one main question though is, how are we supposed to open these? I did pick up a couple extra snow golems and an extra cat just because I liked this one, as I am not sure how to open these yet. I see like a little perforated dotted line here. There, maybe that's where we go to open. But unlike the minifigures of yore, I don't have a tape spot to open up from, so it's going to tear and rip this package, I believe. So let's see what we can do with this snow golem right here. I'm gonna go right here with this perforated punch and lift from the top, I suppose, or the front. Complete box destruction. There on the assemble tab, and just like from minifigures before, we've got the invisible bag here. I hope a snow golem is in here. I hope. And there it is. Maybe I shouldn't have picked a mop that would blend in so much with the table to start with, but here is our snow golem, and a little bit larger than our classic minifigure golem. Look at the scale difference here. It's a good almost pumpkin head taller. Well, half a pumpkin head taller. And the plastic material is more hollow. Well, that's probably because we are going to somehow fit this guy's body into its head. So the head is going to have to be non-solid. Ooh, that sounded just delicious. How do we get inside this thing? Oh, I actually did that right. The neck does separate from the bottom of the head, and then another separation point under the head. Okay, so let's give this a go a second time. Yummy. That sounds so much like breakage, but all it is a small little bit of a ball joint or side joint popping out of the neck. And there goes the lower portion of its skull or pumpkin brains, and dropping in the body and replacing back in. So now our body is hidden inside the pumpkin lantern jackal. Well, that's interesting and different. I mean, it still almost feels like in the same realm of the minifigures. We've certainly seen some variations in the minifigures series, like the ball-bearing minecarts. And how about the Build-A-Mini Redstone Series 11 that I have yet to review? I believe that's one of the only series that still sits idly by. Then there was the Hidden Image Inside series where you peered inside and saw something cool. How did I film that again? I can't remember how I got inside there. So there has certainly been variation in the series before. Why this is not labeled as Series 26 is kind of an unknown right now. Lots of people are saying, well, maybe they're waiting for the new update and they want to bring in new mobs. Maybe it's just a bit of a rest period after doing 25 series plus those chest series of minifigures too, we can't forget. Anyhow though, we've got a snow golem here. We can move on and try another one. There's 8 to collect in this series. Let's try out a creeper. I do really enjoy the fact that this time we are able to see what was on the inside by the outside. That is something that had kind of become a little tiresome on minifigures, but nothing too horrible to complain about. And there's our creeper with a very creepily large head. These almost remind me of another like candy toy thing where there would be candy inside, but there is no candy. What? So that's kind of sad, but that's what it also reminds me of. Our creeper here with removable body. This one actually pulled off the whole lower section of head. I kind of liked how that worked. Can I now just flip it? I don't know. Is that what you were supposed to do? I think you're supposed to take this neck piece off, drop that in, and then leave it flat so that you can stack, but not as stackable as the image dictates. So I'm not sure yet on that. We will kind of move on and kind of discover this as we go. I feel like I'm opening the most random characters at first. Steve or Pig? Steve or Pig? How about Pig? You just got bumped by a pig, Steve. So opening to discover our pig. And I haven't really figured out how to preserve these boxes. That was the best open yet though. Look at that. That just popped instantly open. We'll try that some more. Maybe I can preserve the boxes. I like preserving the boxes as much as I can. I am not keeping them in this huge garage bin from series 1 and on. I would never do that. Oh, there's our pig. So the pig is going to be a little bit different than the first two as its body is kind of behind it. So look at there, you can see how the body is wedged back behind the head. And we will pop off this one, also doing that neck trick. And you can place inside there and place all sorts of surprises inside here. You could hide like diamonds or something if you're into diamond hiding. So I think this is the way to go. Make it nice and flat and then you can stack. But again, unlike the box makes it look so much more exciting, this stacking of the characters. The box makes it look like they're so much larger than they are. These are really small, but they're interesting. They're kind of great fiddle toys, fidget toys, so we're going with that. Okay, Steve, we'll try you next. And I was so accustomed to looking for codes, there actually still is an imprinted code on the bottom of these, and that's what I went directly to first when I saw these, and then I started realizing that every box on the shelf displayer were the same code, and I started freaking out that the codes were finally over with. Look at this beautiful fine print. But then I discovered quickly that, you know, it's going to correspond to the graphic of Steve's head. Steve is even written on the box, so you know exactly what you're going to get. Separate and store so gently. Okay, I'm getting it better. Kind of like the pig, there's a little bit of tear here, and then you can preserve your box. Not as well as minifigure series, but you can still preserve them. And it's Steve! What happened to ye, Steve? Perhaps the main minifigure computer system crashed and they had to start over from scratch with these guys. There's a Mob Heads Mini Steve, and here is our classic minifigures Steve. So you can see kind of the head size a lot larger and about half a head taller. Maybe about the scale of a Lego minifigure more. So there's Steve in Lego. And you can kind of see the progression of height with this guy. Real interesting developments for today. Don't think I ever expected to see something like these. Let's pop his head off. Poor Steve. Oh, that sounds painful. We can almost give our minifigure Steve super head. There we go. Now our minifigure Steve has super head Steve. And we can probably do all sorts of fun head switches with these. You could take a Golem head and you can place on top of Steve here. So look at that, that's kind of a fun thing. So if you're still collecting your minifigures, you've got a little bit of play with these. That's pretty nice. And of course we can take this little body and place it inside and begin stacking them some more. They've got a little bit of fidgetiness to them for sure. It's kind of interesting to switch them around. Who is next? Alex, where are ye? Today there's Alex. It's printed Alex on the box. We know exactly what we're gonna get. And I like this. This makes me feel like old school minifigures. And there's our Alex. I really don't think this series is going to last more than this Mobheads series, honestly. I mean, really, are they just going to continue off this Bizarro series and not continue with this perfection? So there's Alex. I love the sound it makes, by the way. That's pretty funny. And opening up and placing her inside. It's so repetitive, I don't know what else to do. I'm just, okay, I immediately have to put them inside and then stack them. That is so odd. I mean, and kind of creepy too. If you ran into this structure in Minecraft, I think you would probably scream. So what do we have left here? We've got a cat, we've got a wolf, we've got a zombie. I think that's the collection of 8. Let's see this cat. I really wanted to see the cat. Kind of like how they chose the black cat first too. Whoa, cat's got a big body. Kind of similar to the pig in a way, the cat body with the head kind of going wedged in towards the back section of the cat. So bizarre. Now how are you going to stack this one? Because the cat has ears. It's going to throw off the whole stacking system. So the cat's body goes in there. It's like the cat ate itself. This is just so bizarre. Oh, so yeah, get the tail of the cat under the nose, and that's how you fit it inside. And yeah, so we can stack the cat on top, but we cannot stack the cat on the bottom because of those ears. It's going to cause some problems. So interesting. Is that the only one with ears? I think the wolf has ears. Let's check out the wolf. Have I mentioned this is such a Bizarro series yet? What world am I in? Did I accidentally like transport myself into a parallel universe where Mobhead minis are the norm and minifigures are not? It's stuck. Oh, it broke its body off in package. Okay, so here's our dog. Our dog's body popped off. Let's get it back on. What? Now the dog is really weird. Unlike the cat and the pig whose body is extended, the wolf's body is more of just a small mob-sized scale body. I like the cat and the pig better than the wolf. Unfortunately, I don't think the wolf pulled it off. So place this in. And there's our wolf, and our wolf does have ears, so you're not going to stack on top of the wolf, but maybe you could like team up with the cat and the wolf. No, look at that, the cat's head is even shorter than the wolf. That's bizarre. So whoever designed the wolf was like completely in a different building, but you can like, you know, do this sort of thing. Make a structure, so very odd and interesting. I feel like a headhunter or something. Something a cannibal would do during their spare time. Oh, I'm gonna go play with the heads in the back. Okay, Barney, have fun. Okay, so last one. It's the zombie. All of these pretty much classic, you know. Steve, Alex, wolf, cat, pig, creeper, zombie. There's our creeper scaled right next to Steve. Just a little bit larger. We can turn Steve into a zombie now. Looks good and different. And of course, this breaks off. Let's look a little bit at this body real quick. All the attention goes to the head pieces, really. These body pieces aren't so bad. The proportion of the body is good, except for when you place it over onto the head, then all of a sudden it's too small. So this definitely goes into the list of strange Minecraft toys. It is not as entertaining as minifigures in the long run, I do not think. I see if there was a series 2 of these, I don't think I would be as excited as if I saw a series 26 of minifigures. Place them inside. And that is the collection of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So an interesting segue to the Minecraft minifigure sized figure from Mattel. Definitely not as much character and detail as we have seen from the minifigure series. I mean, just look at this box. And this series might be the best one to compare the Build-A-Figure, Build-A-Mini, which I have got to get this going one of these days. But look at the character of these guys here. This zombie, he's on fire, and he's about to shoot something, and oh, a charged creeper, build a charged creeper, he's got a flower. So, you know, there's so much more character to even this Build-A-Figure series than what we're seeing here. This is so plain and very basic. So yeah, kind of interesting. So then if you want to do something even more interesting with your Build a Mob Head minis, we've got the Transporting Turtle Hideout. Now this box has been stuck on my office floor for a good few months. It arrived way earlier than finding the Mob Head minis. I think this first being sold on Amazon way back last year, November. But now finally I see it quite a bit often at Walmart just in the last couple months. I wanted to hold on to this to see the new Mob Head mini scale, and so I kind of just kept holding. What's kind of fun about these is that the plastic parts are from 20% of recycled ocean stuff. We saw that with the Mosasaurus brand. So it is pretty cool what we're seeing from Mattel and Hasbro lately. We're seeing more designed boxes with less plastic waste. So that's kind of neat. Transforming Turtle Hideout, I see Steve with enchanted armor and maybe a turtle minifigure. I love cases like this because they're so easy to collect many things and then store them inside. You don't lose them. Everything is tucked away perfectly. 4 action levels, so plenty of things going on inside here. And there on the bottom, there are the Mob Head minis. I had saw those months ago and thought, is that series 26? Okay. So let's get this turtle out, see what we got. Alright, so we've got a big chunk of turtle inside. We have a small figure box of Steve and a turtle. And we have 4 interesting flippers to place on. Then there's a lively sheet of stickers. Just look at those bookshelves. Those bookshelves just scream, read me, look at me, enchant me with different things. I mean, they're just beautiful bookshelves. Plus a map and some other, whoa, that's a lot of detail down at the bottom there. And, oh good, instructions. That'll help us with these flippers. Flipper 1, installed. Flipper 2, installed. Flipper 3, installed. And a Flipper 4, installed. How about our box of figures too? Let's see these before we get inside. So Steve here with enchanted iron armor. It's almost iron. Guess you really gotta get it into the light to see a purple shine to it. Oh, just for a second I saw it on the top. So this is enchanted. It's just very, very subtle. And of course, his body comes off. You okay, Steve? I know that's gotta feel painful. It would be funny if a little tiny rib cage ripped out with them. As for the little turtle, the turtle also... No, this turtle's an imposter. And solid. So the turtle refuses to show its insides. So we are immediately treated to a lenticular in the back. What's a lenticular? It's a fun word to say. It's a graphic that has 3D abilities when you move it back and forth. Sadly, whoever applied the graphic didn't do the best job. It's kind of off kilter just a little bit. Maybe I could peel it back up. It is a thick graphic. It's that kind of, oh, you can feel a texture to it. It's thick plastic to give it that cool look. There's the squid moving back and forth just a little bit. And some fish. Not really the best lenticular. I've seen better. It's kind of subpar. But now we've got to place some of our own stickers in here. So now that I've mocked whoever put on the back wall sticker, I get to put some stickers on, and then we can mock me for just doing a spectacularly horrible job. I'm not gonna lie, I nailed that sticker graphic placement. It's actually pretty challenging. Anytime you have something to bump your finger out of the way and lining these up, things can go bad quickly, but a lot of these spots had nice recesses to kind of line a side up and then go down. And luckily the stickers were in the correct size. Sometimes you'll find these sets where the sticker's just a little bit large or a little bit small and then it just all goes and falls apart. But I did pretty good, except for maybe on this lower sticker here. And it really adds some color to your biome living inside a turtle. Although I do not like the furnace on top of the crafting table. That just makes me think fire hazard, especially being below the bookshelves. This whole thing could go up instantly. So we have an interesting home for our Mob Head minis now. Our enchanted Steve can kind of stand up here at top deck. Our cute little puppy can maybe go down below. I don't think anyone's going to invite a creeper inside here, so we'll just place the creeper outside. I can't remember, can creepers swim? I don't think they would really want to do that. Oh, I just noticed something on the creeper. Look at that, there's articulation. So out of all of these 8, the creeper has some movement on its legs. I did not see that. That's funny. I just thought that they were just so poorly made at first. But you can kind of move the legs about, and that might help smash the creeper legs into the body. But the creeper isn't invited inside, so we'll have to just spend its days out in the back. Frosty the snow golem, though, is definitely invited inside and will help in refrigeration of food. Then, of course, our weird, solid imposter turtle. I don't know, maybe just hang out here. The zombie, I don't think we should invite it. Maybe we killed the zombie and we placed its head in the water area to laugh at. Alex can come in, though. Alex is here. I don't know about the long-term durability of these. I'm a little worried. Alex is just kind of hanging out outside right at the moment. We've got a pig. Always nice to have a pig friend. Maybe up here with this item chest way up at the top. And the cat. And Steve's cousin Eve is here. And we can place him over on the bed. So there's our little interactive set to place in your mob head minis. Kind of cool that it's all together. The instructions actually indicate it holds 35 figures. What does that mean? Does that mean they have 27 more of these figures coming? Did I do the math right on that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all if I like these yet. Sometimes what happens with these is I'm very uneasy at the first series, but then I start seeing them in series 2 and 3 and I start warming to them. I don't really get the gimmick. I don't really get why we would want to place their bodies inside their heads and stack them. I guess maybe that's it. It's just odd. The minifigure gimmick was just collect as many as possible and collect many different variations of characters with different gear and skins and all sorts of cool things. Plus, these work well with this playset, so definitely if you're not sure about the Mobhead Minis, but you have a lot of minifigures still, here's a perfect set for them. Only time will tell us where this will go. I had to see what it did. I had to see how this looked. I like the scale of this turtle. I like some of the moving parts. I like the overall look. It's a great display piece, but I sure don't want to say goodbye to the style of minifigures yet. I mean, we really just got started with minifigures at Series 25. Come on. We're only a quarter of the way to 100. So what do you think about Mobhead Minis? Excited? Or do you desperately want Minecraft minifigures back? Where is Series 26? Am I right on that? If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, a squirlive, and a squammet. What do you think? Thanks for watching, that's what I have to say about that.